it's way up. What up, B-Dot?
You a rapper?
My name is B-Dot.
What's going on?
Does that sound like rap to you?
I mean, nothing sounds like rap these days.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't want to get critiqued by you. But anyway, somebody you can't critique is going to be joining us today.
Who's that?
Taylor Townsend. She's a professional tennis player. She won her first Grand Slam title at the Wimbledon this year.
I went to a U.S. Open event yesterday.
You did?
It was tragic. We'll talk about it.
Why?
Oh.
All right, about last night. Why was it tragic?
Long
Try
story.
to critique somebody? Somebody's lob?
I felt like I was in the whites only section, if that makes sense.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Fanatics event.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
All right, we'll discuss. But she'll be joining us today talking about the U.S. Open. She's been through a long journey. She's also a mom. So, being a woman, being an athlete, and having a baby, sometimes people try to act like it's over for you.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not a woman.
You would not know.
Yeah.
But you're going to learn today. All right. And of course, we are going to start the show off with some love and some positivity. We're going to shine a light. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Let us know who you want to spread some love to, who you want to shine a light on. That's how we always start the show off because it is, what's today, Thursday?
Today's Thursday.
Whew, one more day. All right. 800-292-5150. Call us up and shine a light.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's way up. I'm here. B-Dot is here.
My name is B-Dot.
Where else would I be?
Where else would you be?
Right.
You ready to shine a light?
Let's do it.
All right, well, let's shine a light on three siblings, Henry, Ashton, and Hunter Jolly. They've made history. They're the youngest athletes and basketball stars to launch their own brand deal. They're known as the Jolly Boys, and they have partnered with the founder of Ball by Myself, Chad Briscoe, to launch their very own product called the Jolly Strap. So it helps you train for basketball by yourself. It's like a strap that goes around the basketball. So when you pass it, it like comes back to you and stuff like that. But Henry and Ashton, who are the twins, were ranked number 1 and number 2 in their class. And they also have their jerseys in the Pelicans Arena. And they also have a mini docuseries called No Days Off on YouTube. And then their younger brother, Hunter, is also ranked number 1 in his class. He's only 7 years old, by the way. So he is the youngest player to have a brand product at the age of 7 years old. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Jolly Brothers. And you guys can actually purchase these Jolly straps at ballbyyourself.com.
You need to adopt me.
I know, right? To have that type of situation. And Chad Briscoe, who gave them this partnership, said that there's a lot of NIL deals, but what about ownership in these brands as well? And that's why he wanted to work with them.
Get yourself a Jolly strap.
All right. Well, who do you guys want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150. Ace, who you want to shine a light on?
Great. I want to shine a light on myself. I'm an affirmation book author. Donated 1,000 books across New York City public schools, all out of my own pocket.
What's the name of your book?
That book is called Dear Black Boy, 75 Affirmations to Get You Through. It's exclusively in Barnes & Noble.
Nice.
And I've done over 50 career days in the last year, just giving it away at schools, just trying to support our community.
I love that. Tell me, give me an affirmation right now that's in the book.
You are nuanced. That means you are not meant to fit in. You are meant to stand out and be who you're supposed to be in this world. No one's made like you.
Okay, I love it. All right, well, thank you. Dear Black Boy, make sure y'all pick that book up. What's your name?
I'm Ace Clark. Please follow me at Ace Clark Music. I also got a song coming out with Cody the Friend on Friday. All
right. Thank you so much for calling. Let's show some support.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care. All right, well, that was Shine a Light. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And let's talk about Jennifer Lopez. She filed for her 4th divorce. We'll tell you what her friends are saying about her. Also, what is her ring collection worth?
Damn.
I mean, it's some M's on there.
Tom Brady, eat your heart out.
All right, it's way up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip.
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Talk to him.
Are you ready for some Yeetie?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name's B-Dot.
That's right.
With Angela Yee. Let's get into some J-Lo. Now, reportedly, after filing for divorce from Ben Affleck, she is going to be keeping that $5.6 million engagement ring.
What? Jenny the jeweler.
And she has a few rings now, and they said that her rings are valued at over $17 million.
She got more rings than the Knicks, man.
Now, she kept the first ring that he gave her, as well as the rings from her former husbands, Mark Anthony, Chris Judd, and Ojani Noah.
Yo.
So,
I'm going to need my ring back. I got the receipt, man. You ain't gonna look like Thanos on my watch.
And I know, and you know what the problem is? It depends on when you gave somebody the ring. If it was a holiday, if it was a gift for their birthday, Valentine's Day, Christmas, they get to keep it legally.
Nah.
But if you gave it to them with the intent to marry them and it doesn't happen, then you're supposed to give it back unless it's a holiday. That's why they say not to propose on a holiday. All right, now A-Rod then went and posted a quote. You either go one way or the other. You might as well be the one deciding the direction in the midst of all this. Could be related to this, could not.
What does that mean, A-Rod?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
He's got his own issues, right?
Did he have like bad breath or something like that?
All right, and according to the Daily Mail, they said that J-Lo's close friends think that she needs to look inside herself and not think about what others want. Mm-hmm. And they're saying this is her 4th time getting divorced, and her friends are allegedly fed up with her antics. They think she should focus on herself instead of what others want her to be and figure out who she is and what she wants from her future.
Those registries, man, are expensive, yo.
What? Oh, you think people got the gifts already?
I say, yo, I'm tired of buying you gifts on Amazon.
And if you did have a registry, I guess you get to keep the gift too. If somebody calls off the wedding.
Is that legal?
I don't know. All right. Sexy Red, in the meantime, has quietly canceled some of the dates on the West Coast before the tour has even started. It's going to launch in Seattle Thursday. Well, actually today. But now it's going to start in Atlanta on Saturday. So that means no Seattle date, no Portland date, and also Oakland has been canceled as well.
Shucks. I just bought my flight too.
All right. And speaking of Sexy Red, she is reaching out to Kodak Black because Kodak had recently posted on social media, "Now I understand nobody give a F about me if I ain't paying, lonely as F out here, bro." And she responded to that by saying this.
"What's up, Yak? I seen your post. Don't love you if you ain't got no money for them." I said, I feel you, Yak. It's okay. We finna go on tour. Yeah, you gonna thug with me, okay?
Sound like first world problems. How they gonna go on tour? She canceled the dates.
Not all of them, just like some of them.
Just some of them.
All right, and Kodak in the meantime is expecting his 5th child. He just announced that. He had a baby boy with his ex-girlfriend just a couple months ago, and now he has another baby on the way.
5 kids.
Yep, he has 5.
He's going to be busy, that's for sure.
All right, well, and that's definitely not going to be lonely.
Right.
All right, well, that is your UT. When we come back, we have About Last Night. I know you had a tragic night.
Yes.
And I can't wait to hear about it. But first, let's hear some of your fave, J. Cole, Workout. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
Last night. It's way up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name's B-Dot.
That's right.
You came in here this morning very upset.
Perturbed.
You were perturbed.
Yes.
What did you do last night?
So I went to a U.S. Open event. It was like a social mixer at the hotel here in New York City. And it just felt like segregation, man. There was like no one that looked like me. It's like 4.5 black people there.
4.5?
It was like a African, kind of ambiguous race guy. And I just played the wall, right? And after a few minutes, a white woman tapped me. She says, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you looked like somebody that I know. I was like, nah, it's not me. I'm the ugly one, right? So then like 20 minutes later.
She tapped you again?
She comes up to me and is like, I'm so sorry. You look like my friend Jamal. Like the most stereotypical black name ever. I'm like, oh, yeah? She's like, yeah, let me show you his screen name. So she goes on Instagram. She's trying to scroll. I can't remember his screen name. And I'm like, okay. And she says,
I wondered if you look like this Jamal
like,
guy.
who's this Jamal?
Shout out to my boy Jamal.
Then she says, okay, I got to go get a seltzer. And then she leaves and never
Maybe
comes
she
back.
liked you.
I don't know. But I didn't like where I was. I had to get out of there.
He's so tennis, so white.
Yo, it felt like I was at a country club, man.
Well, you know what? Taylor Townsend's going to be joining us today, and she's a black woman.
Yes.
Who is a tennis player who just won the Grand Slam at Wimbledon. So shout out to her.
Jamal.
I know it's not an easy space to be in. What made you go to that?
I just trying to expand my horizons, go to different social events and, outside of hip hop.
You know what? I'm going to one U.S. Open event tomorrow.
Okay.
For Taylor. You should come to that one.
Maybe I should come with you, man.
Yeah. I think there'll be a couple of
hopefully
us
I
there.
don't run into her there. Hey, Jamal.
What if she's like, Jamal, you're back? All right. Well, yesterday, I actually, being a responsible adult and trying to cut out things in my life that are costing me money for no reason, I went to my storage unit that I've had that I haven't been to since I got it.
Whoa.
Because I'm closing it out.
Okay.
Finally, I had to cut the cord. I don't even know what's in there.
Wow.
So I went over there just to take inventory, and then Saturday I'm moving out of my storage unit. But I've made a goal to myself. There's all this unnecessary money that I spend on things, and it's just time to put a stop to it. It stops here. ever.
End up seeing you on Storage Wars, man, having your stuff go on auction.
Yeah, listen, but I mean, they take the money every month, so it's not like I'm not paying for my storage unit, but it's also like, why am I paying for this storage unit? I'm sure I paid more than everything in there is worth by now.
You should have a yard sale.
I don't have a yard. But it sounds good. But what I am doing is I called the Real, and they're going to come this weekend to take some inventory, and I'm going to sell some things. I've never done that.
Wow. You should sell some things here on air for some of the listeners, yo. That'd be dope.
I'd rather give things away.
Oh, okay.
So whatever I don't sell to the Real, I'm gonna give it away. But and I give stuff away all the time. My friends be like, "Can I come over?" when you and I've already given away a bunch of stuff, but I have more things. And I was like, why shouldn't I make a little money? All right, so
I'm gonna go back to school shop in your closet.
Okay.
There we go.
I told you.
Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, we're the same size. So now let's talk about this list that came up, because sometimes, hey, even going and looking through people's storage could be a nice hobby.
And you know I love a list.
But there's a list, and we know you love lists.
Yes.
And this list is all about hobbies that men have that women can't stand. The most unattractive hobbies.
What was rap number one?
For men. No, actually, the number one was playing video games.
Oh.
Number 2 was collecting figurines.
Okay.
All right, we'll get through the rest of the list. Number 3 was magic tricks. And Dan, our producer, was so upset because he has a friend who's a magician who he brings everywhere.
He just walks around with
he has hey, you want to have a magic trick?
Rabbit foot in his pocket.
We'll talk about that more, but we want to know, what are the least attractive hobbies? We'll give you the rest of the list when we come back. But 800-292-5150, call us up. What is the least attractive hobby for a man to have? All right, that's 800-292-5150. It's way up.
And I'm back.
We about to do this. One of the most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee.
You're way up with Angela Yee.
Please believe that.
All right, it's way up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name is B-Dot.
What up?
And you are so offended by this, as were the people in the room.
Yes.
As in the guys that I'm surrounded by. So, men and their hobbies. What are the most unattractive hobbies for a man? Now, according to this list, bird watching.
Bird watching.
Comic book collecting.
Okay.
Taxidermy. Building model trains.
Model
I don't know
trains.
where that came from, but that's also on the list. Gambling. I agree. Anybody who has like a gambling addiction, I don't mind if we go to the casino and you play a little blackjack or a little roulette, or that's fine. But if you're excessively doing it, online trolling. Yes. I think it's really corny when anybody is just online all the time. And when I got to see your whack comments under somebody's post, and I'm like, oh, this person's embarrassing. Why are you even commenting? Magic tricks.
Can we see my magic collection, Angela?
Collecting figurines.
Okay.
Is that a bad thing? Because I feel like it's like artwork.
Some guys collect Funko Pops. Isn't that what it's called? Funko?
What?
Yeah, dolls.
Okay, dolls.
Yeah. They might be they might be valuable.
And number 1 on the list by a landslide was playing
podcasting.
Video games. Yeah, podcasting can be Twitch, all of that, right? If you're doing it too much. Playing video games, I think, is fine as long as it's not interfering with other things and you're not doing it like 7 days a week. But, you know, a hobby does insinuate that it's something that you really enjoy doing, but it has to be like kept to a minimum. I can't have you playing video games all the time. But I will say,
Let me see this list.
We see people like T-Pain and T Grizzly really monetizing those playing video games.
So does it matter if you're making money from it?
So then it's not a hobby anymore.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Look at this list.
All right. Well, we want to hear what you guys think. 800-292-5150. Sloan, what hobbies do you find unattractive for a man to do?
So this might be controversial, but I think it is such an ick when guys play tennis. Only because the grunts are just a little too intense.
I don't know. Listen, I think tennis is a great sport to play for men. I like the grunts.
100%. It's a great sport.
I like the
but
grunts.
I was on a date once, and it was just a little too much. And I was like, I get that you're really into the game, but the sounds, you could tone it down just a smidge.
Was he grunting during the date?
Yes, it was. We were playing tennis. We were outside. There were people looking, but it just got too loud. And I was like, listen, I'm glad you're getting a good workout in, but, tone it down.
Maybe you were hitting the ball too hard.
Listen, I had to keep him on his toes.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Have a good one.
The grunt is the part of tennis.
She's not going out with Andre Agassi anytime soon.
Yeah, those grunts. Hey, Alicia.
Hi.
Hi. What do you think is the most unattractive hobby for a man?
Oh my God, video games.
Okay, yeah, that was number 1 on the list, and the guys in here are very upset about it.
What's wrong with the guy playing video games?
It's just you prioritize it over the girl all the time.
Right, like I'd rather play video games and go on a date with you. I'd rather play video games and watch a movie with you. I'd rather play video games and have sex.
Exactly.
That's annoying.
I do think it's weird when I see guys bring like a PlayStation on vacation, though.
Yeah, that has never happened to me, thank God. But if it did, I would have booked a flight one way back.
All right, well, thank you for calling. We agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Charisma.
Hi.
What do you think is the most unattractive hobby for a man?
I would say hiking.
Oh, hiking, outdoors, sportsy. Why is that?
That's my personal opinion.
Would you go hiking with your man, or you won't even do it? You don't like when he goes hiking without you?
I won't even do it.
So you don't like the outdoors?
No, I don't like outdoors. No.
Okay, I mean that's a personal thing too for her. She don't want to do it. She don't want you to do it.
Hiking is hard.
Probably because of the town that I live in. I live in Pennsylvania, so
it depends on the type of hiking. It don't have to be intense. It could be just like a walk that's goes slightly uphill, like they do in LA all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for calling, talking about these hobbies. Some of you guys are being a little bit ridiculous though. Hiking as a hobby, that's not bad. And tennis. Because of the grunting.
Some of y'all do need a hike. Lose a couple pounds.
All right. Well, anyway, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you could still weigh in for last word. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie and Tyrese and his ex-wife. The drama continues. They're trying to get him, he says, for another $40,000 a month. We'll tell you what else he had to say also on Lip Service, because that episode is out right now, too. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yeetie. Come and get the tea.
All right, it's way up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name is B-Dot.
Yo.
Let's get into some Yeetie. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She'll be hosting the MTV Video Music Awards. That is going to air September 11th at 8 p.m. live from New York's USB Arena. And so that's a big deal for her. She's also up for 5 awards during the VMAs, which is the most of any hip-hop artist.
The fight is fixed.
Why you say that?
She's hosting the ceremony.
She was nominated already, and then now she's going to host.
I remember when I would host I was part of the MTV VMAs a couple years ago. That was fun.
Ooh.
Remember I was a VJ.
Maybe they'll have you back.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, now let's get into Tyrese. He is saying that his ex-wife is now asking for an additional $40,000. Here's what he had to say about the lawyers requesting more money.
I just got another letter from her lawyers requesting that I send over all of my tax returns and all of my bank statements, because she's trying to get $20,000 and I think they're trying to take it up to like $40,000. And they've been looking at all of my movies and all of the concerts and shows that I've been doing, and they're over there like blood-sucking lawyers rubbing their hand.
We're going to have Tyrese crying in his camera phone again. $40,000.
Yeah, an extra. That's wild. And, she does her own lives where she talks about what's going on. And on Lip Service, he talked a lot about this because this is something that clearly is very traumatic for him. And he also, when he was on Lip Service, talked about whether or not he could ever even see himself in a position where he can be civil as a co-parent. Do you feel like there's a path where you guys can at least feel like we can have conversations and be civil toward each other? No? Never?
No. There's nobody in the world who's caught me more off guard and hurt me more than that woman. I don't trust you. I will never, ever be able to unsee and unfeel. Doesn't mean I'm festering and I'm bitter. It means, thank you, Jesus, that someone in their true intentions was revealed to me, and I'm going to make the decision to not hang out with pain.
Jeez. This is all from child support?
I think it's also because he said that she just woke up one day and decided she didn't want to be with him anymore.
Man.
And then after that, it was a long battle with everything. I don't think it's just child support, but... Man. All right. Well, I'm sure this saga will continue and we'll hear about it, but make sure you check out that full episode of Lip Service. It was quite interesting.
What more do you want from me?
And he did lose a lot of people. We talked a lot about his new album that's coming out. He has a song dedicated to his mom, who passed away during COVID.
Damn.
That was really hard for him, and that song had everybody in the room crying.
Oh, man.
Yeah, really beautiful.
I'd be crying if I had to pay $40,000, man. That's a lot of
You'd be
money.
crying then, too.
Jeez.
All right, now a sexual assault and battery civil lawsuit that was filed against Dwight Howard has been dismissed. That is according to ESPN. Stephen Harper filed that lawsuit in July of 2023 and now has dismissed the case with prejudice. This just happened on Monday. He cannot again sue him on those allegations per the report. And they also said, according to Dwight Howard's lawyer, Justin Bailey, they did not pay to drop the lawsuit. So he has been denying these claims. He's also been denying this false imprisonment or intentional infliction of emotional distress. And he has asked the courts to dismiss these allegations previously. Here's what Dwight Howard had to say when he was on here on Way Up with Angela Yee. So there's a lawsuit right now, or is that dismissed and thrown away against you?
There was a lawsuit, but they threw the case out.
Okay, so it's thrown out.
It never happened.
So why is it coming back up now, and why are all the blogs picking it up now?
Why is it coming back out now? Have you seen the stuff I've been posting?
So you think it's a behind the scenes trying to get you to have more negativity again?
Of course.
Wow.
All right. Well, now it's for real dismissed. And he had said it was a private consensual encounter that was made public for profit. And Mr. Howard looks forward to bringing the truth to light in a court of law. That's what they said last October. That is your Yee. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them still. It's way up. Oh, Chick-fil-A's on the list of Under the Radar stories.
Hungry.
Chick-fil-A's never under the radar. It's way up.
Got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's way up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name is B-Dot.
That's right.
So you'll be excited in this Under the Radar story to hear about Chick-fil-A. According to Deadline, Chick-fil-A is going to be doing a production company to create family-friendly content for its currently unannounced streaming service.
Chick-fil-A Plus? Like, why would Chick-fil-A get into that space?
I don't know. Why wouldn't they? Maybe some friendly Chick-fil-A sandwich
content
footage. I don't know. I don't know. But they're talking about doing this platform soon, as early as later this year. They're talking about animated and scripted projects too.
Imagine having your show on Chick-fil-A. Like, hey, what channel's it on? It's on Chick-fil-A.
I don't think that's the name of the channel. They haven't announced that yet.
Okay.
But they previously produced their own animated series for their website, Stories of Evergreen Hills. And here's the joke in the article. It's unclear if the streaming platform will be available on Sundays.
That's funny because Chick-fil-A isn't open on Sundays.
I know. Which I can't stand that they have it at like rest stops for that purpose or in the airport. Like it's Sunday. We travel.
That's the day you want Chick-fil-A the most is on a Sunday and it's not open.
And if you're in the airport, you're like, hello, we want to eat. All right. So the Democratic National Convention, the third night, there was a surprise, a speech from Oprah Winfrey. And here is what she had to say.
We are not so different from our neighbors. When a house is on fire, we don't ask about the homeowner's race or religion. We don't wonder who their partner is or how they voted. No, we just try to do the best we can to save them. And if the place happens to belong to a childless cat lady, we try to get that cat out too.
I love cats.
Yeah, you know. But yes, everybody should be able, and that was from J.D. Vance's Childless Cat Lady remarks that he made previously. That was really nasty that a lot of people had issue with. Other people that were out there, Stevie Wonder addressed the crowd. Yes, that was exciting. John Legend was there and he also performed as well. Tim Walz spoke and gave a very football rousing type of speech. Bill Clinton talked about how we need Kamala Harris in the presidency. Pete Buttigieg also went on and talked about J.D. Vance, and he talked about him doubling down on negativity. Yes, a lot of different things were happening, and there were also Republicans rallying for Kamala Harris too.
DNC is lit, man. That's looking like the Rock Nation brunch. They got everybody there.
You know how many people hit me up like, are you out here in Chicago? And I'm like, man, I should have been there.
Damn.
Instead, I'm here at work. But yes, everybody is out there in Chicago at the DNC. So just imagine what it's going to be like. And there's still people who believe that it can't happen and that Kamala Harris won't be president. But what can happen is if you guys get out and vote, we can do that.
Oh, they have after parties at the DNC?
Yes, they do.
Like Oprah's hosting at a club?
Definitely. I was at the one in Detroit.
Wow.
Previously. All right. Well, you guys, we got the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we have Taylor Townsend joining us. She is getting ready for the U.S. Open, which kicks off on Monday. But she's a black woman, tennis player, champion, also a mother. All right. And she's had quite a journey to get to where she is. We'll hear about it. It's Way Up.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and B-Dot is here.
My name's B-Dot.
And it's time for your Yee Tea. Oh, man. A$AP Rocky is on the cover of Billboard magazine.
Mm-hmm.
You saw this. It's a nice long article. But they did spend some time with him. And one thing he talked about, of course, this is going to be the headline, is he addressed Drake. All right. Now, instead of launching into a full-on rap beef, this is the quote from the article. Instead of launching into a full-on rap beef when it was reported that Drake sent a few disses not only his way but Rihanna's as well, Rocky simply hopped on Show of Hands, a bonus track on Future and Metro Boomin to Be Still Don't Trust You, and threw a few light jabs his way. And he said, you gotta realize certain N-words was throwing shots for years. I ain't in the middle of that ish. That's not how I retaliate right now. I got bigger fish to fry than some P-boys. It's a real beef outside. It is real. N-words getting really clipped and blitzed every day. N-words sniping N-words every day. That little kitty-ish ain't about nothing.
Whoa.
And that's what he had to say
Some
about
effing
that.
problems, man, for real.
Yeah, he's right though. He's a dad.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a lot to lose. And so why jump into the middle of some beef that really, you know, he did some little light jabs, but
I mean, Rocky threw his jabs back.
yeah, he threw some. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
A$AP Rocky threw some light jabs, but he wasn't gonna like go full on. He wasn't gonna do the Kendrick.
Right. I mean, I don't think he can, but at the end of the day, it's hip hop, right? It's rap. So I will expect something by the EOD from Drake, I'm sure.
And you know, the big win for A$AP Rocky is he wakes up with Rihanna and their kids every day.
That's a win
That's the
within
win.
itself, right?
All right, and Travis Scott, his signed Cactus Jack Topps card listed for nearly $100,000 on eBay.
Damn.
Would you buy it?
No.
You know who wants it?
Who?
Our producer, Dan.
Dan wants it?
Oh, my gosh.
That was at the
does he?
Fanatics Fest, right?
It's a limited edition card. Yeah, it was exclusive to the Fanatics Fest. You should have got it.
Yeah, I should have, man. Damn.
All right, and Juvenile has an issue with American Airlines. He was allegedly kicked out of first class.
What?
He was streaming live while this was happening. He was with his wife. They were in first class, and they tried to make him move from first class back into coach.
Wow.
And he actually ended up saying, you know what? I don't even want to fly on here anymore. I'm going to take a different flight. Here's what happened.
That's his seat. I'm his wife, so how would you downgrade him and I can still stay?
They trying to take me out of first class.
Where are you trying to put him at?
We gotta put him in coach.
Oh, no.
You ain't put me in no coach, man.
Absolutely.
You ain't put me in no coach, man.
Absolutely not.
I'm a celebrity. This is gonna be repercussions. And I'm gonna get off the plane. I'm not gonna let y'all disrespect me like that.
So he did make it to the show. He did go to another plane and get to the show in time.
Back that
That's
ass back to
crazy. You know what?
coach.
I've seen that happen one time. Paris, who works with me, she was on the flight with me, but she had gotten upgraded to first class.
Okay.
Right? We were going to Essence Festival. So she was so excited. We get on the plane, but then they tell her she had to move back to coach because somebody, I guess, made the flight that, you know, they were going to miss. It didn't look like he was going to make it. And it happened to be Marlon Wayans. So Marlon Wayans, I was like, oh, you took my friend's seat. And he was like, where's she at? And I was like, Paris. And then he just started waving and going, ha ha.
She could have sat on his lap.
No. Peter, what is wrong with you? All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. And now when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Any question you have, B-Dot and I are here to help you out. Right, B-Dot?
I'll do my best.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not good enough, but you do your best. All right, 800-292-5150. Call us up. It's Ask Yee. When we come back, it's Way Up.
I go, hey, everybody, access. Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. All you should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. B-Dot's here. And it's time
B-Dot.
for Ask Yee. And we have Mitch on the line. What's up, Mitch?
Hey, Angela Yee, my Capricorn twin. You know we got the same birthday.
Oh, January
wow.
3rd. I know that's right.
January
Okay.
3rd is lit.
Okay, what's your question?
I am in a fairly new relationship. I mean, it's been about 2.5 years. I'm 30. My girl's 28. And I feel like I wasn't as honest about how high my sex drive was at the beginning. I feel like hers just isn't as high. And, you know, we work a lot, so a lot of the time she's tired. I kind of just feel like I'm selfish. So for our age range, like, how often do you think we should have sex, like, on a weekly basis?
What?
I mean,
Oh, look at B-Dot. B-Dot's like,
I'm trying to remember. I haven't been dating in a long time.
You know, I don't think it's necessarily an age thing, though. It's a individual thing. You know, like you said,
Right.
she's tired a lot, and that can make her sex drive lower because she's exhausted.
I know women are different. You know what I'm saying? So she might get in moods where we might go 3 times a week, and then we might get in moods where we go once, and then we might get in moods where we skip a week. But just as a man, though, I don't know. I can tend to overthink a lot.
You just want to have sex more. First of all, it's a very common thing, so don't feel like it's unusual. True. And sometimes it starts off where you guys are having sex all the time, and then you get comfortable, and then it's not all the time when you settle in. To your relationship. Sometimes there's outside factors like other things happening mentally, also like you said, being tired physically. So look, I want to say this, and I think this is important in general for people who are in a relationship, is that as much as we have so many things to do in our life and we're busy, our relationship also has to be as much of a priority in our lives. And what that might mean is that there's going to be times when y'all are like, okay, this week, what day are we going to schedule to be home together, to be booed up? If that turns into sex, amazing. But let's make sure that we make some time that we can spend together where we're not just coming home and going to sleep and exhausted. And that's a commitment from both parts. Which is a nice compromise. Whatever else happens during the week, at least once a week, y'all should make the time to do that. And then there'll be other spontaneous days.
Right, yeah, that's all I'm trying to compromise on, just once a week. But all that skipping weeks, I'm just like, all right, bro. I don't want to.
That's when she's
I don't want to get myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's a fun thing to do also, like with your partner, to know that you have something to look forward to. So on Sundays, you can say, okay, what day this week can we commit to making sure that we're in the house chilling by 7 p.m., no matter what, because we got to prioritize us.
And take that honey pack by 6:30.
Yeah, take that honey pack at 6:30.
Hey, I'm ready to go.
There's some great edibles that can also help with sex drive.
Yeah, but I'm going to be hot if I take the honey pack and get my hopes up, and then she out here snoring like I always do.
Man, you know you still got your left hand.
Bro, and I'm left-handed. That's crazy you said that.
I can tell.
All right, Capricorn twin. I'm going to holler at y'all.
No, but honestly, just do that, okay? And let me know how that goes.
All right, y'all. Hey, y'all have a good day, man.
All right, well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150 in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have Taylor Townsend joining us. For all of you tennis lovers, the U.S. Open is kicking off on Monday. And she is a person that people are saying people need to try to avoid her at the U.S. Open because she might be that wild card. It's way up.
Yeah, let's go.
Turn me up.
Here we go again.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and this is exciting. Taylor Townsend is here, getting ready for the U.S. Open.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. The question is, how are you doing?
Girl, I'm great.
Listen, there's so much that I want to talk to you about as we're getting ready. The U.S. Open is such a big deal here, and so I know for you it's been quite a journey.
Yes.
But you've done a lot and accomplished a lot in your career, and you have a lot more to go. But I think you have such an interesting one. First of all, even just you as a personality, seeing you teaching Cardi B tennis when Cardi was playing tennis.
Yes.
Because I enjoyed watching that show.
It was so much fun. I was actually very surprised too, because first I didn't know she was left-handed, but just the whole experience was like hilarious. And like Normani is so athletic.
Yeah, she is.
She is. So she was able to like pick up on things really fast, and like Cardi is not. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out a middle ground here on like how to do this. But it was so much fun. And she had just come straight from the studio to shoot that. I was making them run and like do all this stuff and pick up ball. She was like, look, I'm about to pass out. So she literally went to the bench and laid down and was like, I'm done. I need a break.
That's it. I need a moment.
And I asked her, I was like, I could have swore that like being an entertainer, like you have to train like your lungs,
good winds,
yeah, and like your endurance and stuff. And she was just like, no, I just be up there. And I was like,
well,
got it. Okay, now I know.
We'll adjust accordingly.
Right, I'm gonna slow down the clock.
Right now, I'm talking to Taylor Townsend, a professional tennis player who, by the way, won her first Grand Slam title at the 2024 Wimbledon. We have the U.S. Open coming up this Monday. Taylor, I want to ask you about being yourself too, because I feel like when it comes to black women in tennis, there's been a lot of times when them being themselves has been criticized and treated differently than if, say, a white woman was herself and playing tennis, right? Even like Serena Williams, or even seeing like Sloane Stephens, I saw was talking about how she gets so many racist remarks and how racist tennis has been, you know, as a sport. And just seeing a lot of different people telling their stories. Naomi Osaka, that's a perfect example too. Her saying that she didn't want to do press because of her own mental wellness wellness, and even having a child and then saying she doesn't feel like herself, like she's not in her own body. And you have a child too.
Yes.
But do you feel like you can authentically be yourself?
This is actually my 11th year on tour. I have spent my entire adolescence and young adult years in this world. It was very difficult, but I also had the privilege of being able to be confined in those boxes at a young age and have to figure out how to break out of them. And within that, finding myself, finding where I fit in this whole mix. And then ultimately throughout all of those things, I realized like I don't fit in none of this. So having a child, having a kid, and being able to like step away from the sport for 18 months and then come back, it taught me so much because I had never really been away from the game. But then also I have gotten to the point where I'm like, I literally like don't care what you guys have to say. You know,
that's a blessing to get to that point.
It is. It's so liberating because I mean I've had to deal with so much criticism. I mean, from 14 years old, having people talk about my weight, my body image, what I look like, everything on a worldwide stage, you know, being denied opportunities because of the illusion of being out of shape or my appearance, you know, not having a body type like everybody else.
Even though you were winning and higher ranked than other players.
Yeah, like, and constantly having to prove myself in this space. And so I really embody like this is me versus me at this point.
All right, Taylor Townsend is here to hear more about her journey in professional tennis. Make sure you keep it locked. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Everybody listen. Yeah.
It's what you all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I am talking to professional tennis player Taylor Townsend. And tennis is an expensive sport. That's something that we learned even when we were watching Serena Williams and Venus Williams come up. I think a lot of us learned a lot about just what goes into becoming a professional tennis player from watching that, having to pay for a coach, having to be able to travel, pay for clothes, find some place to go and practice, period. So for you, what was that like coming up and figuring out how you were going to actually take it to the next level?
It was hard. I mean, I have an older sister who played. So she's 2 years older than me. And whatever she played, I had to play up because my parents couldn't afford to take her to Macon and me to Augusta. So I ended up having at 10, 11, 12 years old playing against 18-year-old. And it worked
it made
out.
You so good.
Yeah,
it made you amazing.
It worked out for me, but it's so difficult at this stage to break into like pro tennis. I played a pro tournament and I walked away with $26 in my pocket.
Oh my gosh.
That was my prize money. I made $66 with a $40 deduction for entry fee. And I was like, that can't even fill up my gas tank.
Right.
People talk about the equal pay and everything at the big tournaments, and that's great. But like the grind to get to this
there,
place
right.
is just
because you were number one
in juniors.
And, yeah, in juniors, and then at that time, though, still having to pay to go and even fly yourself out.
Yeah, and I always have thrived really well like under pressure. And like when I have a chip on my shoulder, there's no motivation like being broke, honestly. So you gotta
putting yourself in that corner. No, we gotta make this happen.
We gotta do it. So yeah, I'm gonna get it no matter what.
Right now I'm talking to Taylor Townsend, a professional tennis player who, by the way, won her first Grand Slam title at the 2024 Wimbledon. We have the U.S. Open coming up this Monday. And you know, earlier you did say you spoke to Naomi. So do you feel like you have good friends when it comes to other players?
Yes.
Because you've been around tennis.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm just very comfortable like with having certain conversations. And I think now, like before I never spoke to Naomi, not any shade, but like we just never spoke. But after her having a kid, like any player that comes back after having a child, like I make it a point to at least like congratulate them and say like, great job for coming back. Cause it's not easy.
How rare is that?
Well, it's becoming more and more like common, which I think is amazing, and I feel very honored to like be a part of like kind of a trailblazer in that way. Because before, if you had a child in anything, in corporate America, in business, you had to choose between your career and a family.
They make you feel like somebody is right there to take your spot and you can't come back.
Yeah, and so it's like, and you can't come back, like, and you can't return and you can't be better, like, and I feel like now, especially in women's sports, like there are a lot of moms out there.
Yeah.
And it's being able to like not only like come back but be better. So it's like I feel very fortunate to be a part of this because I just feel like it's showing like and inspiring that like you can do it. Like it's not the say all end all be all.
I feel like you also like to do what people tell you you can't.
I do.
I get that sense.
I do. That is like, that motivates me to no end.
Well, listen, I appreciate you for taking time to come through.
Yes.
And we'll be watching your journey. You know I'm going to be watching just for you and reporting
Yes.
on
And
what's
you're
happening.
going to come to a match, right?
Yes.
I'm putting you on the spot.
All right, well, Taylor Townsend, we're going to be watching the U.S. Open. We'll be watching for you, the person that everybody should want to stay away from. Nobody wants to face you, but we're going to see why. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee, and when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name's
Hey, B-Dot.
Hi, Angela.
Man, what a great show today.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys for calling in. We were talking about the most annoying hobbies that you guys have.
I was looking at
the most
that list.
unattractive. Number one was gaming.
Yes, I
Playing
saw
video
bird
games.
watching on there. I bird watch on Instagram all the time.
All right. Oh my God. Dun-dun-dun. Now, also thank you to Taylor Townsend for joining us. I know you guys are going to be locked into the U.S. Open, but we got a little more of Taylor Townsend's backstory.
Absolutely.
To how she got to where she is in tennis, which is a big deal. And somebody said they didn't like tennis during Men That Play Tennis as one of her complaints about bad habits. That's crazy. And by the way, we have something else for you. Audible Heard in Vegas contest, and that is for the iHeartRadio Music Festival 2024. To enter this contest, Audible listeners, you have to submit a video telling us how Audible transforms your everyday routine, even while doing tasks like the dishes or running some errands. And the most creative entry is going to win a trip to Vegas for the iHeartRadio Music Festival. That includes hotel, airfare, tickets to the show both nights, and the opportunity to meet Big Sean or Thomas Rhett and announce them on stage at the show. That's a big deal. So visit iHeartRadio.com/Audible to enter, and for official rules and eligibility, it's all sponsored by Audible. Audible is where you can imagine more listening to stories and ideas. Find everything you love all in one easy app. Beat out, I hope you win.
I hope so too.
All
Fingers
right.
crossed.
And if anything, make sure you make it out to Angela Yee Day. That's happening on September 1st in Brooklyn outside the Barclays. And of course, you guys have the last word.
So this is Rita C. Foxes. The thing is that men that play video games all day, that's unattractive. You got to grow up. I know everybody got a hobby, but, you know, if you're playing video games, that's just like a waste of time.
Porn has to be the most unattractive hobby for a man. Find a new hobby.
It's showtime.
Yeah, I'm about to tear it up. You tapped in and Way Up with Angela Yee.
I want it now.